Right, I've just got a few things to finish on our finance thing. I was wondering if my team could bring my flip charts on just for this next bit. So, CV of your team, really important. Now, the thing that you spoke about, Julia, at the beginning was having, your information ready. Well, you've got to have it. I have it on file all the time. Tracy, where's my PA? There she is over there. I say, Tracy, can you send them my asset and liability statement? Can you send them the cash flows? Can you send them all the company's accounts? We've got them all neatly in a little folder with a bow on top, and bosh, the stuff can go out straight away. Math, finance, and investing, before they've put the phone down. Usually when I'm speaking to someone, we've got it all in their inbox. Even when you do all that stuff, it still takes longer than you think. All right? I'm just putting it out there. Like, I literally... things just take so long. I just want to talk about the who funds who and where to go. So you've got this peer-to-peer thing. This is, the funding circle stuff. People, they're fast. You've got the leasing guys. Johnson Reed are really fast. Not as, cheap as other people in the market. Like, there was a good example there. If you need to get equipment in fast to your business, those guys are really, really fast. The quickest... if you can get a facility with Lombard. Has anyone heard of Lombard? Hands in the air if you heard of Lombard. So Lombard is part of NatWest Group. They are fantastic once you get a facility in place. So we've got, I think, a £750,000 revolving facility, and we can buy whatever we like with it. And once the facility gets paid down, we can then draw it back up and don't have to ask any permission from anyone, as long as everything's going all right still. Then you've got the venture capitalists, and then this crowdfunding stuff. My big piece of advice, I really hope that you, especially with what's happening with interest rates, be very careful when people quote you in flat rates. Measure all of your interest terms on APR. So that's your annual percentage rate. They go, oh yeah, we're doing really cheap, so it's only 5%. And you go, what, is it flat or APR? And they go, oh, is it flat or APR? Because if 5% flat is 10% APR. So make sure you're measuring in APR only, especially when you're lease financing, because they do sort of confuse that stuff. I'll move my own stuff. Don't worry, guys, I'll do it. Thanks. Right, okay. Let's. Can we do the 14 Ps, please, gang? If we can bring them up. There we go. Oh, look, as if by magic. Now, this is what I think puts a perfect business in place, and it wraps up so much of what we've spoken about today. So first of all, you've got to have a great product. Obvious, right? You want to have a great product that people want to buy. So you get that great product, you find that great product. It's really important that you have a product that allows you to innovate cost effectively. This is really important. Remember, you're going through a constant process of innovation, or you're going to evaporate. If you don't innovate, you're going to evaporate. So find products that allows you to innovate cost effectively. Second, you've got to get really good at promotion. This is your marketing. The better you are at marketing, the better you are at promotion, the more that you're going to win in life. And you always want to choose marketing, promotion, where it allows for return on investment. So Google PPC is a great way of explaining this. If you have high average order value and people repeat a lot with you, 9 times out of 10, that means you're going to get more bang for your buck on your return on investment on your marketing. So if I wanted to, which I didn't, spend £50 for Facebook ads to sell a £500 ticket to come to one of my seminars, I'm spending £50 to get £500. That's, a good return on investment on a high margin product. Lots of people, though, they're fucking loads of money into Facebook ads and loads of money into Google ads with a low margin product where there's no returning customers. Usually when people come to one of my seminars, they'll come again, so, like Carmel Jane, you're part of the furniture now. She comes to all my girls. Brilliant, fantastic. So, you want to choose businesses where you get that returning customer. Brilliant. Next, people. This is the big one, gang. E plus M equals S. You can able to find great talent in your business, and the people can run the business. It can be run under management. It is not key person driven. We spoke about the wedding DJ business. It can be run under management. You want to build a profitable enterprise that works without you in it. You can build this team easily. There is people in the market that you can get yourself access to. Really important. If you're insurance business, like my insurance broker's over there, Tom Powell gets away. Tom, if you need insurance, go see Tom. He's lovely. But listen, if he's prepared to write the check, he can go into the market and build a team easily as long as he's prepared to write the check. Next, there is high revenue per employee. It's a great business. If you can turn 10 million quid and you only need 10 staff, you've got £1 million revenue per employee. Think about businesses where there is high revenue per employee. You've got a good chance of making a lot more cash. Does that make sense? Come on, talk to me, gang. Yeah, there we go. Processes. We're building great processes into the business. How good are your processes? We spoke about McDonald's earlier. They are building and selling franchises for 2.5 million quid by selling a set of systems and processes to make burgers and fries. Because the processes are so flipping fantastic, people are prepared to pay it. Brings me down to this little bit. It's scalable or it looks franchisable. Even if you're not wanting to be a franchise, actually it's a really good discipline for us to build in the systems and processes like a franchise business. That makes us really good. That's why I like regulated businesses. You go and open a day nursery, or you open an accountancy practice, or you're a solicitor, and they say, do this or we're shutting you down. This is the processes that you're allowed to use. Solicitors and accountants, a day nursery, it's like a franchise. You can't veer off, or the regulators say, ta-da! What's great about it, being an accountant, a solicitor, or a day nursery, they actually tell you, these are the systems and processes, these are the rules you have to follow. Don't veer off, or we'll take you really in trouble. Next process is it can fold into existing empire. There's a big thing from me, gang. You don't do anything unless it can fold into your existing empire. You look at all the businesses I buy, I think, oh, James Sinclair is splitting lots of plates. Not really. We bought an ice cream company. Guess what we buy a lot of in our leisure businesses? Ice cream. Oh, we set up a slush company. Guess what we buy a lot of in our businesses? Slush. Everything we do has to fold in. Do you know the main reason that I wanted to buy Rossi? One of the main reasons, yeah, the brand was powerful for me, but it was its transport infrastructure. I spend over £1 million a year with brakes. I don't want to spend £1 million a year with brakes. I want to do it myself because I like doing things in-house. And guess what? We've got a load of freezer vans now and drivers that can go around delivering to our stuff, and we can be more tighter and be more frugal on the stuff we buy and have more controls. Mamma mia, that's what I want. That'll take you a few years to get there, but oh yeah, baby. Next thing, profile. Profile. You've got to be building profile. Look, you've got to be famous to a few. Where's the social media marketing guy that came up and wanted some advice? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he, that guy? We had a chat. Stand up, sir. Stand up. Just tell everyone what you do. He does social media marketing, don't you? And he said to me, I'm struggling to get clients. What? You're a marketing company and you're struggling to get clients? Sit down, sir. Just think about this. He said, what do I do, James? I'll tell you what you do. Bloody marketing. You've got to go out there and do your social media marketing, give people advice just like I do, tell them exactly how to do it. Most people are lazy, they won't do it, but what they will know is you are the ultimate expert, and then you will magnetize, you will pull stuff to you rather than doing what most businesses do, which is push. You don't want to be pushed, you want to pull stuff to you. It's a much better life. Why do authors get that? Because they have authority. Authority, the word author is an authority. Oh, yeah, lovely. So you want to build this profile so that you get this personal brand. You want to build the business profile. That's why I love Rossi. It's got a massive, especially in the Southeast, huge profile. It magnetized leads to it every single day. Straight away, we didn't get in there, but straight away we had a conversation with Tesco. We just ring up the phone, hey, we're Rossi. Oh, I know Rossi, blah, blah, blah. Now, they didn't buy from us, but because of our profile, we had the bleeding conversation with them. That's what you got to do for your business. And you can go and buy loads of profile businesses, and we're going to do loads on this tomorrow by buying companies that have got a profile to accelerate the process. Brilliant. But you want to build your personal brand, so you're famous to a few. Rushing through this, gang, but, feeling a bit pumped up here. So, personal brand, being famous to a few, magnetising opportunities to you personally that you can then inject into the business. Who done this really well? Walt Disney. Who done this really well? Steve Jobs. Who done this? Thanks, PQ. Can we give him a round of applause? I just love that, man. Thank you. On that new loan, can we fix the rate at 5.5%, 5 years? Brilliant. Thanks, mate. Okay, so personal, but yeah. We want to we're just borrowing £2.5 million for this stuff. And I'm a little bit jittery about the interest rates, and I'd much rather fix them, but I don't want to be fixing them at 8 or 9%. Anyway, we digress, ladies and gents. Yeah, the personal brand, Steve Jobs, Walt Disney, Bill Gates, they build in these personal brands. When you build great personal brands, you also attract great people to want to come and work for you. You know, Chud saw me speak at a conference in Wales, brilliant. He's now my videographer, makes all my brilliant stuff. I sit next to the guy, we've got this great relationship, but he sort of knows what you're going into because he's seen the personal brand. It's a mistake he's made. I appreciate. Why would you want to work for me? That's his mistake to make, but he got to deselect whether he wants to come work for me. The number one reason you want to be building personal brand, whether you're the manager in the organization, the senior manager, the CEO, is for recruitment. It's for recruitment. If you're all over LinkedIn, people think, I really like that company, I'll go to them. That is the number one, building great, talented people. And the great, talented people have a choice of where they work, by the way, gang. They absolutely have a choice. They want to work for the best possible people. I like, the more I do this, professionally and regulated businesses. I like it because it protects you from Me Too scammy entrepreneurs. So if you can find things or make your business feel like it's professional and regulated, like what McDonald's have done, like what KFC has done, on the base of it, that is a very simple business, but no one can do it as good as them, and they've made themselves seem regulated. So if you can make your business professional and regulated, you will attract stuff to you. And people know who these people are. He's gone now, don't they? You absolutely know who these are. And I would think people would go, that's one of the most trusted, famous Royal Family Bank, palaver, whatever you like to believe. People believe they're professional and regulated. Like Harrods have got, it must be the best shopping experience in the world. You know, they seem just more than just a shop. And that's what you've got to try and do. Professional and regulated also makes you feel as high a barrier to entry as you possibly can get. Removing low barrier stuff. Make yourself seem as high barrier to entry as possible. I always give this as an example. I want to go and open a 6-bedroom B&B on a seafront in the UK. Most people can do that. They can remortgage their house, borrow money from family and get going. I want to go and open a 100-bedroom hotel with a function room this big, with a lazy river going around the outside and like Las Vegas style looking thing. That most people can't even fathom how that's possible. So the bigger you think, the less people compete with you. That's why I like bringing everything in-house. We do that in-house. I can't even imagine how I do that. And that just makes you, higher barrier to entry all the time. Population. This is one of the biggest things that I have learned in business. Nothing can help you more than chimney pots. Doesn't matter how much money people have got, whether you're in the wealthiest area or the poorest area, just the sheer amount of people can make your life a lot easier. Has anyone seen my India documentary videos? I don't know if we put it in. I was sitting with Manny. I said, if you want to, this is Manny, the guy that set up the factory over there. Manny, if you need like an extra 100 staff, in the UK, because we're just ramping up production, it's going to be really difficult. It would take us ages in the UK to do that. He said, it would take me ages, a couple of days. I'm like, what? A couple of days? 100 staff, fully trained, get going. Why is he doing that? Because population of Indian cities, 20 million people, boom, just there. You open a coffee shop in a town where there's 20 million people, even if you're naff, you're going to get people spending and transacting with you. That's why it's so good to do business in this great city of ours, London. 9 million people here. Population makes business easier. So go for where there's population. It makes everything easier. Sorry, Victoria, we're talking about this stuff again. Victoria's opened this, you've got to go and check. Yeah, it is, yeah. Well, for everyone. But Victoria's built this amazing themed restaurant. Like, the fit out of it is fantastic. It looks like something that's come out of Disney, but she's put it in a village where 7 people live. And I said, if you'd put it in a population of, like, what we have a rule for our leisure businesses, we want 250,000 people within a 30-minute drive time. Whatever we do, that's giving us an insurance policy if we're rubbish or good or whatever level you're at. Having population on your doorstep makes your life easier. And people go, oh, we're into this. You could take this population thing in any other way. You could say, oh, market share, 100% of market share in the UK is 100,000. That's not big enough for me, because if you got 20% of the market share, that's only 20,000 customers. So you want to make sure there's a population, a big enough population for the thing you do. It's going to make your life easier. Next, we're going to talk about pricing architecture. I'm going to go on to this in quite a lot of detail tomorrow. You want to create a great pricing architecture, preferably where people can try before they really buy. What do I mean by that? Or try for free before they really buy. Google's a great example of this. Most of Google's customers transact with them for free. Because they transact with them for free, their pricing architecture allows them to then go and find people that want to do pay-per-click with them and rip them off and get loads of money. Facebook's the same. We use Facebook for free. They spend millions, billions on servers and developers and all this palaver, but they know people are going to do Facebook ads. That's their pricing architecture. The Disney thing I spoke about earlier, they've got loads of pricing architecture. Disney Plus allows us to sell toys, allows us to sell, it's very camp this, isn't it? But I'm enjoying it. It allows us to sell all the other products and services. Fantastic. You also want a pricing architecture if you're an SME business, wherever possible, that allows you not the need to discount. Some sectors, it's just obvious that you're going to ask for a discount. Apple never discount. Rolex never discount. The Ritz never discount. You've got to find these businesses, if you're an SME, where you don't need to do the discounting. That is not many businesses. I'm just telling you what a perfect business is. As soon as we're into this room and we're negotiating the hire of this, I'm straight, what's the discount? Hey, what's the discount? If you don't do it, I'll go to this other imaginary hotel that I've made up. And they're doing a better deal. And, you're into it. That's what the job of an entrepreneur is. Be as frugal as possible. I'm haggling with Jason on all this stuff. It's ingrained in my DNA. But what I love, if people go and ask me to speak at a keynote, that's the price. I don't discount. If you don't want me there, goodbye. So you want to find these little niches where you don't need the discount. Think about offers over discounting. We'll do that tomorrow. And your customers are loyal to you, and it's painless to build relationship. That's why I love day nurseries. Every day they're coming in, transacting with us. They're meeting the team. They're getting to know the team. Our customers know the first name's team. They know if the team member's getting married, because you're transacting regularly. That rule of 4, you're building these great relationships. Obviously, the next one, profit. It's a profitable business. Sorry. Your business is profitable, but I don't want to be doing 8 and 10%. It's hard. Like, if something goes wrong, you're taking out the market. So I'm like, how can we double that? What can we do? Now, I think there are answers around your business to be able to do that, but your job is you've got that business. How can we do this? It will have margin. 35% gross profit on, $1 million, 1.2 once you pay the staff and all the stuff. I want you to think, well, if we're going to have 35%, I want to be doing 100 million. You're making the same gross profits as a convenience store. Do you know, I've been doing some deep research into convenience stores because of Rossi. A co-op, your local co-op convenience stores, they do anywhere between 30,000 and 100,000 pounds a week in sales. So they're on them slim little GPs like you. But you'd have that, wouldn't you, if you're doing 100 grand a week? Because they've got 120,000 gross profit a month. They probably own the freehold and they probably make some of the food and there's some other supplies. You've got to be thinking about this stuff. And sometimes it's really good to go into other industries and have a chat with them, what they're doing, and steal some stuff. I was speaking I've spoken at conferences before with bigger companies. The amount that companies are going out of their regular industry and stealing ideas and bringing it back in. I know a childcare group that are bringing in their central management team. They're taking them from retail now, because retail are used to systems and processes making things look lovely, and really that's not the childcare aim. They want to do quality of care. And so sometimes you can steal stuff from other industries to improve your business. You want to make sure you're going to have perpetual income. I've put perpetual in because I wanted it to fit in with my piece, but usually I call it residual income. It's easy to build. So Netflix is a great example of this. Insurance. That is why insurance is such a beautiful business, because if you get a client, as long as you don't muck it up, or you're an accountant, as long as you don't muck it up, your predictability of cash flow is so predictable, it's beautiful. So residual income is easy to build. Now, what happens now, because this has all become a bit woo-woo and it's in seminars and people like me, not me, but other people said, oh, you've got to build residual income and you can have a laptop lifestyle. I always say to people, that's bullshit and not necessarily easy to do. You want to find the sectors that it is easy to do in. You've got a fish and chip shop. It's very hard to get people to sign up for direct debit for fish and chips every Friday. It's just not going to happen. Wasting your time. Forget about it. So you want to find it where it is easy to build and maybe tap it on. What Disney have done is really good. Right, we want residual income. We want regular income. Apple, we want regular income. We've got a high price profitable sales. Let's create Apple TV. Let's create iTunes. So we're getting a little bit of money from a little people a lot of the time. Brilliant. It has regular repeat customers wherever possible, so you don't start from zero each month. All the businesses that we've been involved in, the ones that start from zero each month, on the face of it might seem more profitable. We used to do events, we used to have Party Man Company events. We used to do all the stuff for BP, IKEA. We made good margins from each thing. They'd only need us once every 2 years. So we do all this work. They say, we'll see you in our biannual or 3-annual summer fair next year, or big corporate party if we remember you. And it was always a different gig each time. Just don't like those things anymore. So I want to choose businesses where you have regular repeat customers, so you don't start from zero each month. Selling cars is another classic example of it. You sell a car to someone, do they need a car next month? No, so you've done all that work to get that customer. So you need to think, right, I sell cars, but I'm going to put an MOT station on the side. I'm going to put a servicing business on the side. I'm going to put a car hire business on the side, so that you're, sweating the asset. Now, this is a little secret. Proprietary language. Oh, this bad boy. When this start happening in your business, you're on to the winner, chicken dinner. And you will all use proprietary language at some point in your life. Let me just have a little swig and I'll go into it. Does anyone in their family have names for things that you use in your household that's rare? I'll give you an example. Years ago, we used to call the remote control the zapper. Anyone do that in their family? The zapper. That is proprietary language for your family. My nan and granddad, they never used to say love you when they left the house. Their little proprietary language was oodles. That's just what they used to do. We used to take the mick out of them. Oodles. That was their thing of saying love you. Families have it. Doctors have it. Dentists have it. Doctors talking to doctors. You'll be standing there listening to the conversation. What the hell is he talking about? I just feel ill. I want to get sorted out. And they're can't understand it. Who else does it? Solicitors. Oh, solicitors love a little bit of proprietary language. It's how solicitors remind the other solicitor, we're in the legal club here and we know what we're talking about. Accountants do the same. They talk about all this EBITDA and CFAD stuff and balance sheet. Well, what is just going over people's heads? Most people don't understand it. But then when you start understanding it, I know what he's talking about here. We're in a little proprietary language game. Brilliant. People that love Disney. Oh, they know I've been on a Disney cruise. My God, these Disney-aholics, they're all on proprietary language. Now, Apple people have it. I'm giving enough examples. Now, when this starts happening in your SME business, and it started happening in this business, people reply in the comments, they take the mick out of me. Go, James, do you do your own printing? Yeah, I do my own printing. Oh, James, let's go. They say this to me. Well, they say folding into existing empire. They've watched my content and they're taking the mick out of me in the comments using proprietary language. Fantastic. When that happens, you're on to something. And it happens first with your team. If your team start using internal language that you only understand, that's culture being built. That is culture being built. And if your customers then start putting it back to you, you're really building something very powerful. So if you can use proprietary language that only you understand and only your customers understand, that sort of makes it feel like it's a little clique. A little clique. Oh. You'll find you're in a really good business. I've worked this out, by the way, this little proprietary language thing. Who gets the, just hands up if you understand what I'm saying. Hands up if you feel you're getting some proprietary language within your organisation. A lot of people go, oh, that's the party man way, or that's the ABC way, that's the way we do things. Yeah, this proprietary language, it's like a beautiful perfume on a beautiful woman going out for the night, just finishing off the ensemble. Proprietary language. Okay, want to make sure that we have property involved in the business. If you can buy the property that your business operates out of, you're building long-term wealth, you're building the 4 companies, you're insuring your business against a possible innovation stage in the future, so you're not taken out of the market. So you want to have as much property in that business if possible. I would now actually really only like to set up a business where we've got some angle of growing a property portfolio. And then lastly, this is me trying to get the P in, a perfect investment. What do I mean by a perfect investment? What is a perfect investment? It is this: someone wants to buy the business should you choose to exit. Someone wants to buy the business if you choose to exit. If you are not building to that goal, then there's problems. Another great little example of a perfect investment is other people's money really likes to fund the sector you're in. Other people's money really likes to fund the sector. So these 3 here, down here, they go, yeah, we like that sector, we like that sector, we like other people's money want to fund that sector. That's a good sort of way of knowing that you're in a sector that people, you know, that's going to be valuable, it's easy to sell, blah, blah, blah. If you're finding it difficult to fund, it's because other people's money don't want to buy when you're finished, etc., etc. I like to choose businesses where, if possible, although it never happens to me, ongoing CapEx is minimal. I think I just put this in because my life is just not that. It is CapEx heavy all the time. Lastly, but this is a funny one with this ongoing CapEx is minimal, because I want it to be as minimal as possible because it's less stressing. But on the other hand, it makes you high barrier to entry. You see this thing, you know, so we go and spend £1 million on Rossi on a fit out of a factory. I know most people can't do that. So it sort of makes me sit here in comfort and going, yeah, not a lot of people can do that. So that makes us a bit more high barrier to entry, but it gets on my bleeding nerves at the same time. Right, you can sack yourself. I tell you, honestly, guys, sometimes I do this for my own therapy, right? So you can sack yourself and systemize the business. That is also another perfect investment. The business, after a period of time, this doesn't happen straight away, but after a period of time, does not need the founder on a day-to-day sort of basis. They only need the founder to do the acquisitions, to raise the finance and take the business to the next level. Right, okay, gang, that is the 14 Ps. Everyone like that little session, yeah? Right, well, we've got to do it all again. What's 3 things that you've learned from today that you can implement it into your business? Get on your notes, chat with your table. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. This is really important because it refreshes and reminds you stuff. Chat with your team. You've got 5 minutes on this. Then we're going to ask some people. Deej, music. Okay, guys, we're going to ask people 3 things they've picked up today that they feel they can invest into their business. Who wants to help me with their first 3? Come on. Someone give me hands in the air. I don't want to pick on someone. 3 things they're going to take away that they feel they can implement straight away. JB, I walk all the way over here, get my steps, and I haven't even got my Apple Watch on to count. What's 3 things, mate? Yeah, you hold the mic. You know how to use it.
Thank you, mate. E plus M equals S was my biggest thing.
You know that, don't you?
Yeah, but I'm not doing it. R&R, like you said.
R&R, refresh and remind.
50-50 living, and my biggest takeaway is that I'm more than happy to bootstrap the growth of the business. I don't want to deal with banks.
There you go. That's a good one. Oh, dear. Jamie, what did you think of the bank? Let's ask. Jamie's joining us tomorrow. We're doing this Inspire Us section. And I can't wait to hear Jamie's story. I don't want to do that now. But I felt some frustrations from you with those guys. I mean, you were probably the most vocal in the room to them, bar anyone. So what did you think of them?
I think they're all very nice people. I think the climate that we're going into, it's going to be very, very difficult. Yeah. And I think you've got to be entrepreneurial, creative with who you're going to go to and how you're going to do it. But I think the most important thing is you need to be prepped. You need to have done all that donkey work and get that plan organised.
Yeah. And, you know, when I was saying that with you got to stop saying your retail. I mean, he was saying that you go and check on company's house and all that, but you just can't be. You know, what we've done with it, we was an indoor play centre, indoor leisure business. No one really likes to fund that. And now the bank, when they value us and they go up to credit, even knows. It goes, yeah, they're a childcare business. Oh, we like childcare. Yeah, we like funding that. Don't really like funding hospitality and leisure, you know. So you have to try and find ways of turning your business into, like what I said, that perfect investment that someone wants to buy should you exit. Right, anyone else? I'm going to, come on. Yes, sir. Here we go. Look, you hold the mic, Deej. You're used to it. Look at him holding it like a DJ as well. Yeah, over to you, sir.
When you were talking about selling spare capacity, I was trying to think of more ways that I could possibly sell photo booths or dance floors that might not be out on a Friday or Saturday.
We'll go and speak to the BBX guys. That was one. What's the other two?
You put me on the spot there. Maybe coming up with more perpetual income. Perpetual.
Call it residual income, but for my 14p's, I had to think of a word.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Yeah, there we go. Therapy for me. One more. You got one more. Come on, I can see all your notes there. You can like War and Peace there.
Yeah.
It's numbered and it's very organised. Come on, everyone, gather around.
Maybe I need to innovate more because I've found something that worked and I've just kept doing it.
Yeah.
And so maybe I'm not innovating as much as I should.
See, can I just say, though, I'm just going to... What happens to a lot of businesses is they then stop doing the thing that is working. You need to keep that going because that's paying the bills. That's the 4 companies. That's why I say the company you are today, and in unison, you're running the company you really want to be. You don't slag off the one that's paying all the bills now. So you have to run, you know, the 4 in unison. Right, I need one more person. Come on. Let's ask. I know I'm just going to pick on someone here. John, my accountant. What's 3 things that you've learnt today to grow your business? Have the microphone.
Thank you.
This is John Holiday from Popnells, everyone. That's Tom Powell from InsureSec. They're my insurance people. There's my accountants. They've sponsored today. Thanks for your money. It's over to you.
What have I learned? I've learnt to finance my air conditioning units at the police station. That was a good idea. I haven't financed any of it. I've been paying for it all and I shouldn't be doing that. So I've wasted a lot of cash. Probably, what else have I learned? We said about the E. Yeah, thanks.
Have you actually made notes?
I've got it on my iPad, but it's locked.
He wrote down. Did you write that co-op thing down?
Yeah, it's good.
So was anyone shocked about that convenience store fact thing? You know, some of these little. Sorry, I've just got to get involved. Was anyone shocked about how much a convenience store turns a week? Was everyone sort of, yeah, we sort of understood that? Yeah, it's a man.
Population. That's a good one.
Yeah, enough population. Okay, thank you. There we go. I'm going to choose one more. I'm just going to come over to this table over here. They're looking a bit nervous. Are you all in the same business? Yeah. Who's your nominated spokesperson? You are, yeah. There you go. What did you think of the banks, by the way?
Yeah,
Okay,
it was a bit frustrating because we're looking at Risen Finance at the minute for acquisition to acquire other businesses. It felt like there was just more creative ways of telling you, no, you probably can't. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit frustrating, but a lot of them are from bigger companies as well. So like we're not the size for an Investec or a Coots, or we probably wouldn't go to the high street. I think Barclays is our bank. I don't even know who my bank manager is. I've never.
I think that's right. But that is why someone like NAF that have access to that whole of market, go and talk to them because they will know someone at Barclays that is proactive. That's true, isn't it? Yeah. Well, let's hear this. Let's slag off Barclays. Russell gone. Let's see it. No, oh, he's over there. He's having an ice cream. You work for Barclays. Come on, say it. Say, hold the microphone. People want to hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, I worked for Barclays for 10 years. You're right. All the business managers, barring one or two, are completely gone, which is why I decided to leave.
There you go. Yeah. Russ, you like working for them, don't you? He never, ever, personally, ever slags them off to me. He always says they're great. Okay. Some people call me Pinocchio. Right, okay, let's have... sorry, Russ. Should we do one more? Oh, come on, one more. Come on, what's the big take? I'm coming over here. Oh, yeah, go on then, Raf. You do it. Save me walking.
The first one was the 4 companies that you explained, particularly marketing. It's something that I've had in the back of my head and I just avoid because it's just not something that I see myself very skilled at, but I know I need to get better at that. Early on, when you talked about the values and culture, and the example of, was it Apple that do it every day?
Yeah, 45 minutes a day.
The values and culture, I think it's one of those things that we talk about once a year, once every 6 months. And, you know, we definitely need to do that more, so I'm definitely going to go back and think about that. And the 8 traits that you spoke about, I'm definitely missing 3 of them, so I need to know what to work on.
So, guys, tomorrow we're starting off at 9 a.m. in here, so please make sure you're on time. We've got a packed-out full day. Have you enjoyed day 1? Yeah. Just by show of hands, I'm not going to pick on anyone else, but who thinks they've definitely taken stuff away that they can, brilliant. Look, that's what I want. I want you to be able to grow your businesses. Jamie made some, and I'm sure Jamie and I will talk about this. You've got to be a bit more creative when it comes to raising finance. If the banks say no, you need to kick back and say, why? Why not? Why? I want you to do this for me. You've got to be a bit more forceful. You've got to be able to have those conversations. You've got to know, I use them. All 5 of these people I use in a big way. And you have to use more than one person. And I tell them, well, if you're not doing it, I'll just go to Investec. Well, if you're not doing it, I'll just go to here. That's very simple. I'm sometimes quite blunt, but then I love you really, in my style. And I know Jamie's, the same. You just got to be a bit more creative. And we're going to have those great conversations when we hear Jamie's story tomorrow. He's an amazing guy and someone I'm really privileged to have met over the last year. So that's going to be really good. We're going to do getting customers. We're going to do property investment. It's going to be a big day tomorrow. So get yourself some good shut-eye. Is anyone going into the bar and all that stuff? I might pop in and say hello. Tracy's there. She'll be leading the way. So I'll come up and say hello to some of you guys as well. Can I say a massive thank you to Jason from our audio-visual company, because that wasn't you that mucked it up earlier. The wonderful hotel that drills and power cuts. Oh, we didn't have a word from us. We're going to put a harshly worded email to them. But thank you so much for sorting that out quick, smart. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Hope you enjoyed today. I'll see you tomorrow, gang, for 9 o'clock. What time? See you at 9. Deej, give us some music as we walk out.